What's up? What's up? Kimberly Olson in the house. And Gold Diggers, we're gonna crush it with some planning today. So I'm just gonna sit back, get a little cozy because we're gonna walk through it. Okay, this isn't gonna be like bam, bam, bam. I mean, it will, but not really. Okay, so what we're gonna talk about is planning out your monthly themed content to increase engagement. Because if you can get a theme around it, it's going to give your brain some like direction. Because most of you are just like posting and praying, or you're like, I gotta post, I need to go post something, and then you are just fumbling around, right? Put guilty in the comments if you are flying by the seat of your pants. You're lucky if you get a post up every single day, right? So just put guilty in the comments if that's the case. We're gonna help you get really, really organized, okay? We've talked a lot about recruiting, but this is a big piece of that. Like the content comes first. You don't recruit from thin air. You recruit on social media by the content, the value that you put out there, and the consistency with how you're showing up. So this right now, what you're gonna learn is going to be the foundation for you to recruit and build the business that you want, if that makes sense, okay? So I'd love to know if you are planning ahead, how far ahead of your content are you? So are you day by day? Are you planning out a week ahead? Do you have the whole month figured out? I want to know where you guys are at, so just put that in the comments, okay? Okay, so we've got 5 steps here, okay? Number 1 is I want you to pick a theme for the month, okay? I want you to pick a theme for the month. What I'm gonna do, I have a Trello freebie for you guys that at the end, I'll show you guys where it's at, and then you can just download it if you need to plan out your content, okay? So you're gonna pick a theme for the month. Number 1, pick a theme for the month. The reason why I want you to pick a theme is because it's gonna give you that umbrella for the content. It's gonna give you some direction and focus, okay? So for example, your whole theme could be superfood slim down. So if you're like, okay, I want the whole month to be all about toning up, slimming down, maybe not gaining weight because of the holidays, it's going to be superfood based because, you know, all the products you have our goal is to lead to the product. We're not going to be selling the products, but we want to be thinking like, let's get in that direction. And we have superfoods that are superfood plant-based ingredients. And that's a key feature of what we sell. Okay. Or another one could be clean beauty basics. So the theme for the month, and these are obviously product related, but clean beauty basics. So the whole month could be all about clean beauty, okay? Now, if you are in Gold Digger University, you've noticed we have a monthly focus every month. What that does is it allows me to dial down the trainings for the week and the content that we're posting in there. So you can see it in real time, what I do on the business side, okay? So just look inside of Mastermind, look at the units tab, and you can get all kinds of ideas. Okay, so number 1 step I want you to do is I want you to say, so let's say you have November. What you could do is you could have your November up, and then you could put like, okay, the theme, you could just write the theme on the side or the top or something like that. And then now it's like, okay, cool. I've got my theme figured out, right? Like what's the theme? Go ahead and plan out the whole year. Like why not, guys? You can always, lunch with Kimberly. You can always change it later. So just get going here, all right? Plan ahead. I can't even describe to you what it's gonna feel like to you when you plan ahead. You're just like, now I can like focus on the important things instead of my brain scrambling all the time, just trying to figure out what's going on, okay? So number 1, pick a theme for the month. Number 2 is I want you to dial it down with weekly concepts and topics, okay? So dial it down weekly. So a weekly theme could be all about superfood, super fruits, super veggies. You could talk about superfoods for the skin. You could talk about finding superfoods in your grocery store. You could talk about, here's 3 tips to, not gain weight over the holidays. Like it could be all going with that superfood slim down theme for the month, okay? Dial it down weekly. And this is more gonna be like your Facebook Live strategy, right? But some kind of weekly theme, okay? Or weekly focus. So for the person who chose the clean beauty basics as the example, your breakdown could be 1 week could be skincare. The whole week could be all around skincare. The next week could be all around makeup tips. The next one could be hair. The next one could be a bonus training on foods that feed your skin. So you see how we're not just like, oh, buy my products. We're talking about all the things when it comes to clean beauty basics. So I want you to say to yourself, okay, I've got my umbrella. My big theme for the month is I'll give you an example for mastermind is Insta selling on Instagram. And then each week I have it written down. The first one's going to be how to make your profile pop. The second one is sizzling stories, and so on. Okay. So you got to break it down by week. Remember that weekly topic is probably going to be your Facebook Live for the week. So number 3 is I want you to go live and I want you to be prepared. Okay. I want you to be prepared. So I want you to take number 2 with dialing it down weekly. Number 3, you're going to go live with that content. That's your information, right? You're armed, you're prepared. You're going to have an outline. You're promoting it before and after. You're doing some posts about it. You're going in your stories. You're talking about it after. You're sharing it all over the place. Okay. So go live and be prepared. And I want you to get a routine on this. So I have, it's this notebook right here. I have a notebook in front of me. I have all of my Facebook Lives, all the outlines since I started 3 years ago, exactly 3 years ago this month, actually. And I have them all in notebooks. The reason why that's beneficial is I've had people take the notebooks, like teenager, neighborhood kid, and paid them money to type them up and put them into Word docs. And then I could just go and search customers, and then I could have some trainings pulled up. Or I'll flip through the notebooks for inspiration and I'll recycle topics. But what happens is I start to build out a library of content. I can go back and reuse that. I can recycle topics, but it also makes me come across more professional and an expert in that field and that space because I'm prepared. A lot of people are like, oh, I just had a thought today, and they're like in their car, which is fine. But like, if you really want to do this, you really need to level this up a bit, because Facebook Lives, you can either come across as an authority, an influencer, having credibility, being an expert in your space. You're more likely to attract customers and business builders, or you can just kind of be like, I'm in my car telling you my thought for the day. I'd rather you go live and do that than not. But for those that are like, no, I really want to get ahead of my content, I want you to plan it ahead. Okay. So come up with your weekly topic for your Facebook Live. If you can get to the point where it's day and time, even better. Okay. You guys all know my schedule now, so it's everywhere for you. Okay. So I want you to go live and be prepared. Number 4 is I want you to break it down daily. I want you to break it down daily. Okay. So Chrissy's on here. Actually, she just popped on. Chrissy's been using Canva. Did you guys know Canva has a scheduling tool now, which is really cool? So if you're in Canva already and you like to use Canva to create your content, then use Canva to schedule your post. I don't know if it's free or not, but that's really cool. I also use, my team, we actually use, what's it called? Social Tenacity. It's Brooke Elder's program. We use it because we are all over the place. Like if you go on social media, we are literally on every platform. So we have it like posting everywhere and reposting and doing all these things. So if you need something a little more robust, or you put out a lot of content, blogs, videos, all kinds of stuff, I would definitely look at Social Tenacity. I have an affiliate link I can get you, so just put Social Tenacity. And then I have a Trello board for you. So I'll show you guys. Actually, I've got 2 Trello boards. Let me show you both of them real quick. So if you are just on Facebook, I'm going to show that one to you first, because this one is really basic. This is what I want to show you guys. It's kind of small on here because we're using StreamYard, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to get a copy of this. So just make a copy and then watch. There's a training in here. Plan out your buckets. So what are your 5 buckets of content? And then you can use this to plan out your content. Okay. Make sure once a week you've got a live in there. Okay. Or what's the post today? What's tomorrow's post? What's Wednesday's post? So get that going, and then also use daily themes. So you'll see some themes down here, like every Monday, could you do Mindset Monday? And then the daily theme is Mindset Monday. Every Monday you do something around mindset. So come up with some daily themes that'll give you a little more structure in what you're doing. And then I'm going to show you the other one. Now, if you're on multiple platforms, you're on Instagram, and by the way, you don't necessarily have to create new content to be everywhere. But if you are planning on being on more than just Facebook, this would be probably better for you. It's more complex because we've got Facebook group. So if any of you have Facebook and a Facebook group, you probably want this one. Okay. Same thing. The themes are in here. So what's all your content for Monday? I mean, for your Facebook page, personal page. What's your Facebook group content? What are you going to put in your stories? Now, you might say, well, I don't know what I'm going to put in my stories. Just what are the things you need to make sure you need to promote, right? If you go live on Tuesdays, you need to promote that in your stories. Facebook and Instagram, it can probably be the same. What are you doing on Instagram? IGTV. If you don't have this, just click that and click archive and you can just get it off there. Or maybe you put LinkedIn on there or something like that. There's a tutorial for this as well, and I will put the links for this at the top of this training for you guys, okay? So I want you to break it down daily, and I want you to plan out your content each day, okay? Content is queen, consistency is key. If you're scratching your head going, I don't know why I don't have more leads, I don't know why I don't have more people, I don't have people commenting or engaging, what's my problem? I bet you it's lack of content that is value driven. It might be too much salesiness going on, or you're not consistent, or both, okay? So number 5 is I want you to follow up with anyone who interacts with your content. So as you grow this, you'll find that you won't have to interact with everyone. For example, when people react to my videos, I don't message them, or my posts even. In order for me to engage with anyone, they have to comment. Then I will message them and find out what's going on and see how I can help. But when I was new, every person who reacted to a post or a video or viewed my stories even, if they have a pulse, right? They're following you and they have a pulse, and they're, you check in, they're like, oh, it's my avatar, right? Mine's moms, female entrepreneurs, it's my avatar. I've got some gold digger dudes, right? But I'll look and see, is that my avatar? And then I will follow up with anyone who interacts and be organized with this. We just talked about that in a different training today. I don't remember which one, but we talked about it. Follow up with anyone who interacts, and they are now leads. Now, let me tell you really quick the difference between a lead and a prospect. And let's talk really quick on why this is important, okay? So when you have a sales funnel, the biggest part is the top. So let's say somebody reacts to your post about losing weight. And you're like, oh, awesome, they reacted, right? Well, they might have reacted because they're in your same company and they know what you sell, and they're like, oh, cool, go girl, right? Or they're on your team. They're like a sideline. They're like, yes, giving it some love, okay? So all of those people are leads though. You don't know, so you gotta go look, right? Anyone who has a pulse and just responds to your content in any way, they come into the top of the sales funnel. The leads is the biggest part because it's the most, right? Say you have 100 leads. The next step is to qualify them to see if they're a prospect. You're gonna have less people. That's why the funnel goes smaller and smaller and smaller. Every step is less people every time. You don't get more by going down to the next step. So if you have 100 leads, you might have 80 of them are qualified. 20 of them are just like people who are just giving you some love, right? They're not qualified. You go look, you're like, they're in the same company, right? So now you've got leads, prospects. Now the prospects, you're gonna reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you interacted with my comment or my post about A, B, and C. Tell me what's going on. Are you struggling too? Is that something you struggle with? And they're gonna say yes or no, and now you've got less and less and less, okay? So that's a really important part of this. You've gotta get as many leads as you can, you guys. It's all about the leads. If you don't have leads, you don't have sick people in your sales funnel. So sometimes when people have a great month, they kind of coast a little bit, and then 2-3 weeks later, they're like, oh my gosh, my business is flatlining. It's because they didn't replenish their sales funnel. It's just part of it. It's just something that you have to continue to do for growth, okay? Unless you really have people under you growing, that's a possibility as well, okay? All right, so we wanna pick a theme for the month. We want number one. Number two, we wanna dial it down for a weekly focal point, right? Like come up with some kind of focal point for the week. Really, it's part of your Facebook Live strategy. Number 3, we're gonna go live. We're gonna be prepared, make it a weekly routine, okay? Recycle those topics. Number 4, we're gonna break it down every day, daily, and we're gonna use Trello, Canva, something to plan it out. Number 5, we're gonna follow up with anyone who interacts. Just go see, right? It's not gonna hurt you. Go see, check it out, see what's going on with that person and see if you can make a connection, okay? And sometimes it might just be connecting. Hey, I saw you commented on my thing about, wanting to live healthier. Looks like you're also in wellness. What do you do? And you can start that conversation. And then some of you have been asking me about my swag. This is Smashing Some Goals, which is really cute. I love this shirt. It's like a gray color, almost bluish gray. I think I picked gray, but it kind of has like a blue hint to it. Anyways, this is in my swag shop. If you go to the Elephant Sisters business page, you'll see the link to get into the swag shop there, okay? All right, y'all, I hope this was helpful. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you later. Thanks for showing up.